Okay, hello, my name is William. Okay, today we read another part of the Bible. Today we read Deuteronomy Chapter 5. Okay. And Moses called all Israel and said to them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments I speak in your ears in this day. They may learn them and keep them and do them. And the Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. The Lord made a covenant with our fathers, with us, and even us, and you, who all of us here alive this day. The Lord talked with you face to face in the mount of the mist of fire. I stood between the Lord in that time, and distributed you the word of the Lord, and then you afraid of the reason of the fire, and were not into a mount, saying, Okay. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land in Egypt, and of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none other gods before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers, the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. The showing mercy of thousands of them, and that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of thy Lord in vain, for the Lord, while not holding guiltless that taking his name in vain. Keep the 7th day, signify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor, and do all thy work. The 7 days, the 7th day, the Sabbath of the Lord thy God in it, thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy manservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant. My wrist as well as thou, and remember that thou wast and servant in the land of Egypt. And the Lord that the Lord thy God brought thee out of the thence through the mighty hand, and stretched out arms, therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee, and keep the 7th day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, and thy days be prolonged, and that many as go with thee, and as thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou steal, and neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. And neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, and neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, and his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. These words he spoke unto the assembly in the mount, in the midst of the fire, of the cloud, of the thick darkness. And the great voice and added no more, and he wrote them in the 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. And it came to pass, when he heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, and mounted them burned with fire, that he came near unto me, and even the herds of your tribes, and even your elders. And he said, Behold, the Lord thy God hath shewed us, and his glory of his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire, and we see the day of the Lord doeth talk with man, and he liveth. Now therefore we die, and for this great fire consume us. We hear the voice of the Lord our God any more, then we shall die. For who is there in all flesh? And I heard we have the voice of the living God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as we have and lived. Go thou near, and hear all the Lord our God shall say, and speak thou unto us, that all the Lord our God and shall speak unto thee. And we will hear it and do it. And the Lord heard the voice of our words. When he spoke unto me, then the Lord said unto me, I heard the voice of the words of all his people, which they spoke unto thee, and they have well said that they have spoken. Oh, that there was a such heart in them, and that we have fear me and keep my commandments always. They may be well with them, and they'll children forever. Go say to him, and get you to the tents again. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee of all the commandments, all the statutes, and all the judgments, which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land, which I give them to possess it. We shall observe to do, therefore as the Lord your God hath commanded you. We shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. We shall walk in the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that you may live, that it may be well with you, that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Okay, that's the ending of Deuteronomy chapter 5. Okay, next video I'll read Deuteronomy chapter 6. Okay? Okay. I have to go right now, so thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.